Real talk. I've grown throughout the course of years, walking and just fellowshipping with God, making that the priority. The important thing, the most important thing for every man should be a fellowship, a relationship with God. So when I saw this, the average religious person would say, the religious person, I don't say average because I'm not religious. I don't consider myself religious. But the religious person would say, oh no, not 10,000 churches, not 15,000 churches closing. Oh my
All
gosh.
right, number 3, church closures are outpacing church plants 3-1.
Yeah.
So up to 10,000 churches close each year, while only 3,000 are planted. And that explains why most growth that we see is transfer growth and not conversion growth, because it's the church down the street closed down, and so I'm here at this church. Or this church started preaching something that I didn't agree with,
Yep.
and so now I'm over here. And we're not saying that there's never biblical reason to leave one church and go to the other, or God might not call you to do that, but the reality is that those people are great. Let's make room for them, but we really are about reaching the lost. But church closures are outpacing church plants 3-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to say this again. You're going to see a lot of churches begin to close because for 2 reasons. Number 1, Jesus is closing those churches because he does not want them to be his representatives anymore.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm happy that these churches are closing. Every church that has closed its door needs to keep its doors closed. It doesn't need to open up its doors again. Nobody needs to go and give these guys tax-free money again. Now, as someone that's been in church and been going to church since I think I was 6, 7, 5. My first preschool was a freaking church school. You know, your little preschool you're in, they drop you off for daycare. Was the same church that we went to on a Sunday. Back in the day, it was like that. I don't know about this now, but it is. So I've heard the word, studied the word, been in multiple denominations concerning the word. And one thing I do get that is so true is that God will take care of whatever he puts together.
Oh no!
That means you trying to do it means that he didn't do it.
Oh no!
Or you're in the way of it getting done.
Oh no!
Either way, if it closed, if he knows how to keep things open and he knows how to open up things that are closed. Period. And the people are probably better off somewhere else. That's probably for a pastor that's out there that didn't want to hear it. Probably a lay person or one of you guys that go to a church. And you're like, how can you think about something like that, Leon? How can you say something like that? Well, I said it and I ain't taking it back. Because the fact is, some of those people who open these churches, they do it with malice, wrong, misled, or manipulative reasons. And there's a bunch of other reasons. But it is done. Either they're competing against the pastor from the church they left, or they're competing against something, and everybody swear that God told them to do it. The proof is in the pudding, baby.
Congratulations. Well done.
The proof is in the pudding. I shouldn't have to strive to keep anything rocking. There should be a level of flow peace. Now, I'm not saying things don't happen and we don't get things that come at us, but that's what salvation is for, right? It's supposed to help you when isn't that what salvation is for? If you believe that that's the purpose of it, leave a comment below. If you don't believe it is, still leave a comment below. If you disagree with what I'm saying in its entirety, you think I'm crazy, leave a comment below. I will read your comment and I will listen to it. I'm not saying I'm agree. I'm just saying I'm going to read and I'm going to listen to it. I may agree, I may not agree, who knows? But at the end of the day, last time I checked, when they needed money to pay for pay their taxes, Jesus told them where to go to get the cash. They didn't have to stand in front of the tax attorney or anybody like that, a judge, right? They didn't have to get chased down by the Roman IRS. God took care of it. He took care of it. Jesus went where God told him to go, and Jesus told them to go where God told him to go. And y'all like, how is that even possible? Because he said, hey, whatever I do it of my Father, right? I don't do anything unless my Father tells me to do it. So assuming that God probably told Jesus to tell him to go get the damn money out of the fish's freaking mouth. So that's just me. I'm so common. I'm so simple. At the end of the day, these places are closing down, and that's good opportunity for the environment and for the economy. You say, Leon, what about the environment? I don't know. They might be located in a place where one of those data centers need to be replaced. They could probably give it to one of those data centers and sell it out and make a nice little pretty penny. That's really not good for the economy. Those data centers, boy, I tell you. Ooh, if you got one building near you. But my point is this. If God put it together, shouldn't he keep it? Should he not keep it? Should it be something where I'm trying to do with his job for him?
I'm falling out in the circle right now. It's working. They're predicting there's going to be over 1,500 church doors that close this year. Say the church is bankrupt, lack of attendance, nobody's showing up. None of that shit. They're trying to merge them all together.
Black church is the reason why we are biblically illiterate. And when I say we, I'm talking about we are going to church services that are essentially pep rally, literally encouragement. God is going to bless you. God is going to bring you out. As he brought out the children of Israel. God is going to bring you out. There is a promise. Who was the promise for? How did they get the promise? Who gave them the promise? Why was the promise given? What were they being brought out of?
Hold on. She cooking. And some of y'all going to hate this, but it's the truth. And we know it. And when you free, you never going to go back to it.
Point me back to the scriptures. Go back to the Bible, because you make me feel good. I don't even know why I'm feeling good. Now I've been to lead this service, still stressed out because I didn't get an actual answer as to what God did. I didn't get an answer as to why he did it. I don't have anything up here to sustain me. You just gave me a little heebie-jeebie, little robashak takaya baba, and expect that to last? And this is what we grew up.
Oh no, she was rolled it off in tongue. Rabba.
Ben, this is what we believed was church. And we wonder why we're listening to false teachers and false prophets that give us the same heebie-jeebie, talking about, that's exactly how church is supposed to feel. That's got my spirit telling your spirit not telling you nothing but nonsense. I just know this is not what Paul was talking about when he said admonish and exhort the word. Don't get me wrong, God is a spiritual being. There is emotion, there is excitement, there is charisma, of course. But when that becomes the focus, we have a problem. Pastors base their word off of how many amens and shouts they got, not off of if they taught biblically and correctly, if they're empowering and giving their flock knowledge and wisdom on how to battle this thing we call life. At the end of the day, Black church do better. The music be popping, but the word is missing, okay?
The music is popping, but the word is missing. And she 100% right. Hey, some of y'all just like feeling nice, warm and fuzzy, and you just stuck in your same pattern. So you just go and do it because mama and them went and did it. And we've been doing it like this for a long doggone time. And that's why you go do it. And you go do that every day. Every Sunday, you just go sit down there. Blah, blah, blah. You don't think it through. You don't really think about it. It's a giant pep rally, yo. I don't need a pep rally. Honestly, I don't need that. I'm already pep from God. I'm already pep. Like, I have private pep rallies with him. That's it. But you got to have a corporate pep. It's like, Leon, some people just need people just to encourage them and to build them up. Well, I'm going to tell you, when you become dependent on people encouraging you and building you up, then now you are attached to those people, and also get ready for them to manipulate you and break you down.
Congratulations. Well done.
Because if they build you up, you depend on them to build you up. Damn. Those are the same ones that are going to break you. They can break you down too. You're dependent on them. Oh, you're only dependent on them for the positive things. You're not dependent on them for the negative things. When do you know that it's negative? When do you know? When you drink the Kool-Aid, it takes somebody giving you water, and you be like, where the Kool-Aid at? Bro, you should have been drinking water, living water. You don't need all of that. And I am not, by all means, I'm not going to condemn or trash anybody who is stuck on the religious bandwagon like that. I'm not. I always say question the gospel that you hear. The gospel you hear should make you dependent on God and not dependent on man. The gospel you hear should tell you that everything is done and everything is completed, that you don't have to go do 5 Hail Marys, that you don't have to go do all these religious practices to cleanse yourself or get yourself to a place where God can do something for you. And this is the most simplest piece in the gospel. And I can't even beat anybody up because you don't know, because nobody told you. And they told you Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, but they didn't tell you about the guy that was in the furnace with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And that's the reason why he was able to be in the furnace. They were able to be in the furnace because they had another person in the furnace with them, and the person was the Holy Spirit. And so he's the comforter, and that's nothing more than a shadow of God being with us right now. Bing. And I said that really fast because I wanted to get it out. And I don't want anybody to be condemned. There is a point in time, I truly believe, that these churches probably played a good role in attracting or raising up a certain banner for God. Like people saw the banner, it's like, oh. And then they came in, and they may have came in there and then left and went somewhere else where they should have been. And that was probably good for that season in even that one person. But more than likely, if it's not around anymore, especially the ones that open 1 year and 2 years later, 3 years later, they're gone. Or even at the end of the year. Yeah, you got to question it, yo.
In case y'all wondering why these churches have closed their business and why people don't go to church no more. And yeah, I said business because that's all they are. They synagogues of Satan, and all they ought to do is get a profit. And so the reason why so many closed during COVID and so many pews are empty in the church now is because it's not built on a firm, solid foundation. It ain't built on the rock. And so it's shaky and it's shift, and then it suddenly closed the doors because only the truth gonna make you free. See, you can't build on a foundation that's already laid, which is Jesus Christ. He's that firm foundation. He's that solid rock. See, 1 Corinthians 3:11 says, for no one can lay.
Oh, slow that down. You can't build on a foundation that's already laid. Why do you think you still need deliverance? Why do you think you still need healing? Why do you think you need these things? This foundation has already been laid. See, the deception is I make you emotionally attached, so you will never be in a place where you're self-sufficient. And your true self-sufficiency is in God, is with Jesus, is with the Holy Spirit. That's the thing, and I don't want to get too far. Man, I'm not trying to hit you on the politics side, but let's be for real. Like, that's one thing I don't like so much about political parties, that keep you dependent upon them for your next breakthrough, your next meal, because now your brain can't creatively, you can't get into a place where you've at the end of yourself and all you can say is, God, I surrender. And then he's just going to say, cool, let's go do this. And it's really that simple, without the tears and the breaking down.
Foundation other than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. And anytime there are churches that preaching them and they works, that ain't that foundation that was laid by Jesus Christ. See, you got to preach Christ and him crucified, because he's who make us righteous, holy, and without sin. Not you. You can't work to become righteous. You can never become righteous based off your works. And a lot of these businesses that are called churches are preaching that it's your work that matters.
I think that's why I cuss. I'm working on it. You know what? That's a lie. I'm really not working on it. God is actually working on me with it. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Then I refrain, and I see it not as much as it was before. And that's the misconception. We think we're supposed to be working on ourselves. No, we're supposed to be presenting ourselves to him for him to work on us, and not be condemned with the negative things that we do, or not go so high on a horse of the things we've accomplished. Oh gosh, Leon, you did these many real estate deals in a year. Oh my, you were doing 15 properties. Getting high on my own supply.
Your works that's going to get you into heaven, and that's not true. They trying to lay another foundation, and you can't lay another foundation other than that which is laid. You know, Jesus told Peter, thou art the rock, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. So if that foundation is on Jesus Christ, it won't sink. But if it's on any other foundation other than Jesus Christ, them doors gonna be closed.
Bang.
Them pews gonna be few.
Boom.
And ain't nothing gonna be in there but a bunch of entertainers claim to be believers, still thinking they sinners. Well, you can't be a believer and a sinner too. So that
This is probably one of the most clearest videos I have ever. Shout out to Miss Colette and this video. Thank you for sharing this, Miss Colette. I messaged you and I said you need to make it available to be able to, like, for people to download and share and do all this other stuff with it, because I like the reposting portion, but I want to send it to more people. Banging. Like, this is so true. This is so true. Did you see and hear what she said, which was so, like, cool?
too. So that's why them doors are closing, in case y'all want to know. Believe it.
They entertainers, and y'all just be entertained by them. They just be entertained by them. Now, how do you know if you're going somewhere you're entertained and you're going somewhere you're not entertained? To me, the acid test is, I take notes. Does it make sense after I take it? Can I literally apply it to my life? Practically apply it to my life? Or is it something I'm like, okay, how does this work again? Oh, stomp your feet. Shout your hands. Yeah. Oh, my bad.
The Lord Jesus and be saved. Understand it is his finished work that saved us, that made us righteous, holy, just, and without sin, not our works. Don't build. Don't try to build another foundation. That foundation will fall. But if you stand on that solid rock, the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Oh, yeah. Sis, right. The gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Mm-hmm. Clap, clap, clap. Yo, I am